I'm 32 today. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm well. Um, I'm also a new father. I'm newly married as well. And of recent, I've rekindled a real fire for anything film related and just telling stories and I guess that's what I came to talk to you all about today. Three things, because I'm from Trinidad, right? Three things. Not three from outside, but like the number three. So three things. I think I just want to tell you all a bit about who I am, and then I want to tell you all what I want and how I think I could get there. So first up, my name is Jemuel Romeo. Affectionately called Jem, and I've decided long ago that whatever brand I would create for myself would be called J Crazy. And what that means is that Gem, so J, Gem, is crazy and not crazy as in local. I'm just very enthusiastic about most things, if not everything, and is a bit it can be a bit overwhelming for some people at times, but I'm definitely very enthusiastic, especially about film, right? And not just film, I'm enthusiastic about sports, fishing, woodworking, life in general. And I just want to share that. And I feel like I've just been trying to create a forum or a space where I could share it freely and just yap. Because this is what we're doing here. We're yapping. And in yapping, I hope, you all could take away a lot from this or some things. And from what I can remember, I grew up in a couple of places. When I was young, my parents moved a little bit. But my memories really start in Champlain, Trinidad and Tobago, obviously, in Champlain, and that's where my mom and my dad was kind of renting from a neighborhood, somebody in the neighborhood. And I remember the house distinctively. I remember some of my greatest memories was from that house. Like, I remember getting stung by a bee in my eye. I remember having a bike and riding off a ledge. I'm alive. I'm good. But I also remember the same bee sting. Mommy put breast milk in my eye because she had my sister at the time. Everything gets kind of blurry from there, but fast forward into realizing my creative journey or what I wanted to do when I grew up, and I'll never forget is a story I've told maybe many times before, but it was in primary school, sorry, and it was just before doing common entrance. Common entrance is a exam that you do coming out of standard 5 to go into form 1. That's just what we have. You have to do like an entrance test basically to be placed in a college where you would continue your studies or further your studies into like right before tertiary level. So we have primary, secondary, and then tertiary level here. And so Miss Hamilton, my teacher at the time for standard 5, I remember she sat us all down and asked us what we wanted to be, and it was my turn. And I'm really fond of animals. I really love animals. I love taking care of them. I love like exploring. I love like just observing them. Like from ants to caterpillars to fish to snakes, even like irregular pets like dogs and cats as well. And so I told her I wanted to be a zoologist. And she was like, that wouldn't make you money though. And that was the first time, and I'm not trying to knock my parents or anything, but that's the first time anybody in my life told me that I need to make money. And at least it was the first time it was apparent to me. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, it's not gonna make money. It might be a hobby, but it wouldn't really make you money. So I know you like to draw. I know you like creative stuff. Like, what about graphic design? I'm like, graphic design? She's like, yeah, graphic design, that would make you money. And it's something, I'll show you'll be good at. And I left that chair, the little chair next to her table, I left that chair empowered. And from then on, I really pursued drawing and graphic design and in the way that I knew how to, but at the same time, it's interesting, right? Because graphic design was my first I guess love. Is the first way I actually made money. Thank you, Miss Hamilton. But it's the first way I made money. I made a living for myself. I've been freelance for very long. Never had like a real job. I just like continue to post stuff and just like receive jobs. It started really with the music and the art. So I do like album covers and also events. So I do like event artwork, and And eventually I realized that beyond that, I do like videography, but it started with editing because I was really good with software. So I'm like full on Adobe Suite. I'm good at Photoshop, Illustrator, some InDesign, as well as After Effects. So I hadn't touched Premiere Pro as yet. And I remember making a very conscious decision with an iPhone and a DJI iPhone gimbal, like a phone gimbal. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to do videos. And I created a scenario for myself where I was able to work with some dancers, some really talented dancers. And yeah, I know I had the skill to edit. I was editing videos before I even started shooting. Yeah, I shot the video. It was very stable. I kind of have an eye for it. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I think I have good taste when it comes to cinematography and videography and all that. And it was received well. And before that, I did do a video before that, or it was after. Somehow, I literally gonna put these videos here. So the second video that I did to kind of break into the video space here was like a bit of a Halloween video with a good friend of mine. She's willing to work with me without me really having much of a portfolio. And to be honest, I'm not even gonna lie, it's one of my favorite projects to date. It just felt very natural to scare people. I'm also fond of horrors. It just felt very natural to scare people for me, and I think that's why I loved it so much. I've never done a horror movie or a horror scene beyond that, but I thought it was scary, and it was shot on a DSLR camera with a light. So the DSLR camera I have is a Nikon D7100. It was bestowed onto me by my good brother, and yeah, that's why I used to shoot it. It's 1080p. Thankfully, I got the exposure right, and again, so being good in After Effects was a big help, and I was able to like really execute my visions and do like fancy transitions and all that good stuff, because After Effects is probably still the goat when it comes to effects. And that spun into doing events and capturing events and doing like, you know, and I remember doing a lot of stuff for Backyard Bonfire as well. And I think that's where my videography career really took off. I was able to acquire my first real camera or real video camera or real hybrid camera, which is the A7 III. And you know, 4K was realized for the first time. And I'll tell you all something, if you don't know, when you're making these transitions or these jump ups, just expect a lot of expenses outside of your main purchase. So the fact that I had a new camera meant my laptop wasn't able to really process the footage. So I'd have to proxy everything. And when I say everything, I meant everything. So all 4K footage would be proxied first. It'll probably take like 6 hours to proxy, and then I could then work on the footage and then export. And that went on for the better part of a year or 2 years. Countless projects later, you know, countless opportunities, and a lot of clients, but also a lot of friendships and trust. And now I'm just ready to take this to the next level and really maybe try to inspire the next generation. That's very cliche to say, but maybe just to inspire myself. I just want to tell stories and really get back to why I started this in the first place, is because I like films and I like stories and I like capturing moments and also creating emotion and allowing people to feel. I want people to see the world how I see it, and this is why I originally got into film, cinematography, and everything that works around recording and editing footage and just putting out projects. So that's who I am, a bit of who I am, probably like 8 minutes, but that's fine. And I really want to tell stories, and I don't think there's a better way to start than by telling my own story. And this is what this is going to be on this channel. It's not going to be very specific to any real activity. There's a lot of things I love doing and enjoy doing and I'm good at, whether it be fishing, woodworking, sports. It's going to be a bit difficult, but I'm willing to push through. I'm willing to keep working on my craft as well, practicing and all that. So, which brings me to the third point. I think I need to practice more and with intention. So part of me having this YouTube channel structured like this is to practice, right? Practice interview setups, practice speech, practice storytelling, and also writing, because I think writing is going to play a very big part in the near future. I'm not a writer right now by any means, but I am, doing the relevant research and studying about writing so that I can tell better stories in the first place. Yeah, and that's really what I want, and that's how I'm gonna get there. So, this is my life, and along the way, I hope I could just teach some things that would be relevant to you. And yeah, let me know in the comments if my conversation was a little better this time. Let me know if you also fall asleep, and let me know if you reached this far. But I'll just end by saying happy birthday to me, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.